Hickok 45 here. You notice I've got a Kel-tec, you probably recognize it. Well, it's kind of based on the Sub 2000. This one is called the Sub 90 degree model. I think it's actually Sub 90 degree plus model, okay? You can probably see why. They've not done much in the hunting arena, and so they wanted to do, you know, they're really innovative at Kel-tec University, and they design firearms that they're just kind of different and do things other firearms don't. And so this one is for, especially for people that have bad backs. You know, if they're bird hunting, you know, you can't, you know, face stuff like that and aim very well. So this way you can just take out the birds without any trouble. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then also it doubles as a normal firearm. You can close it down and the bullet doesn't have to go around corners. You can load it and you can release the bolt after you get your ears in. And it, most of the time, will fire and function, I think. Let's get the, oh, gotta get the safety off, yeah. Boom, Mr. Cowboy. Yeah. Let's smoke a little pot right away. Nice, nice, nice. Gone. Click. That must mean, yes, it's empty. Yes, Hickok 45, and this is the Kel-tec. Actually, let's just go ahead and call it the Sub 2000. Now, you have seen, I know you have, and if you haven't, you're in trouble. You should have seen our Sub 2000 videos with the 40 caliber, okay? We go into, you know, pretty much depth, show you how they work and everything. So check those out. I'll link them in the description. But this one is, why are we doing this again? Other than the fact that this is, of course, the Sub 90 degree plus version, but it's also considered a Sub 2000 9mm, okay, by most sane people. And we've not done anything with the 9mm, which in some ways is, I guess, more desirable. I don't know. That's up to you. To me, I decided it was. I sold, who did I sell that thing to? I sold the 40 caliber for some reason. Yeah, you'd think I've gotten past letting things go that I actually kind of like, because that thing worked and we didn't have any trouble with it. I don't think that I remember, maybe a little malfunction here and there, but you know, you kind of expect that with some Kel-tec firearms. They are very innovative, but they don't generally have the Glock-like, SIG-like, M&P-like, Springfield-like, H&K like reliability. Okay, it's just a fact of life, but they have some interesting firearms. I mean, who else can make a firearm that'll shoot in a 90-degree angle? So this is the 9. I bought this from a viewer, in fact, a friend and down in Murfreesboro in 9. I guess it was after I had sold, or maybe, I think what I was looking to do, this has been about a year ago, so we're finally getting around to this. I essentially decided I was going to trade the 40 for a 9. And I didn't actually trade. I sort of did. You know how you do. You say, okay, this guy's got a 9. I'm going to buy that from him, and I'm going to sell the 40. So I ended up trading the 40 for the 9. Partly because, yeah, 9s are fun, and you've got these Glock 18 magazines. And I rarely get my Glock 18 out anymore anyway. Sometimes I just tend to leave it in the safe. But so, I mean, Glock magazines that hold 30, 33 rounds, that makes for a fun little carbine, doesn't it? So anyway, and that's mostly what these are for. Unless they prove to be 100% reliable, then you might want to use it for something else. But let's put one of these big sticks in it, and we've got sticks full of Federal ammo. We appreciate Federal furnishing this 124 grain American Eagle. We go through a lot of it, and it's great ammo, great range ammo. And maybe otherwise in a pinch, right? And we also appreciate budsgunshop.com, our primary sponsor, and check the link. It's always down there in the description. So thanks to Buds, thanks to Federal, and we got someone else to thank here. We're going to thank John. Well, we always should thank John, but we're going to thank someone else here, and I'll give you a clue. You see that target right there has not been shot? And that one? And oh, and that stop sign. That's the first time it's been shot. Those those are the first hits on that coffin. And some of the first hits on that coffin, right? So we'll let you know about that here. Let's shoot. Man, this thing packs a little bit of a wallop, I'll have to say. I'm going to go on over there. I noticed it shoots a little high. That's okay. Boom. Oop. Come on now, fall. I don't want to fall. Those guys will fall. Try a turkey. Boop. Click. That probably means I'm empty. Okay, that's good. This thing's working. It really is. Look at that smoke. Yeah. Actually, yeah, who we want to thank here is Arnson Targets, because I've been using Arnson Targets, and I've told y'all, most of you know that, from the early days. I've placed links and everything. We've never ever gotten any help from them, any free targets or anything like that, but I've bought a lot of their targets over the years, and most of the AR-500 targets are from them. About everything except the animals, you know, and then of course these things, some of the close ones here, the discs and everything. And anyway, I ordered some more recently, and actually called them, and I've talked to them a couple of times. Said, hey, you guys want to, you know, help us out sometime? We'll give you some plugs. You know, we do use targets, you know, although we've got pretty much all we need, so I haven't really pushed for it. But anyway, I had a chat with I think his name's Robert, the owner of Arnson Targets, and the other day really, and told him I had an order, you know, placed for 3 or 4 targets, and so he said he would like to help us out some. So he sent 4 extras. He sent those 2 coffins and a couple of plates. So we appreciate that. Those are AR-500, and they're not cheap, as you know. AR-500 steel and everything. So anyway, we appreciate that. Just want to give him a little plug there, and we'll put a link in the description. I guess, yeah, I got the animals. I made those animals and bought those animals a long time ago, like in '86, and when I first moved here, and then I started looking around, and like the buffaloes, you know, the tombstones, the cowboy, and the discs, all the hard discs and everything, the gong, you know, I got them from Arnson Targets, just to let you know. So I've been shooting his targets for a long time, put a lot of lead on his targets, a lot of copper, and so we appreciate his help. Seemed like a nice guy. But then again, you never know. Sometimes I seem like a nice guy, right? No, he really does. The cool thing about the Sub 2000 is it's so small. Again, I'll link to the other videos. We've done 2 with the 40, and I just wanted a 9, because 9 is so convenient, isn't it? And it's got plenty of punch, and these guns are just they're something else. I don't know if I'd want to go to war with one, but they really are an innovative, clever design. Very lightweight. Some would say not very ergonomic. It's hard to get your chin down far enough sometimes, but actually they're not that bad. I need to raise, let's see, what do I need to do? She's a little high. Yeah, I need to raise the front side or lower the rear side just a little bit, and I'll do that one day. But because I have to hold below the target a little bit over there especially. So, but they really don't feel as awkward as they appear. If you've never held one, if you've never owned one, they're kind of strange, but they're not as bad as they look. All right, great little camp gun. If you got one that's reliable. This one had problems when I bought it from this fellow. He said he had trouble with certain kinds of 9, I think lightweight 9 and different things, and I did too when I first got it. It was a used gun. And I tried different weight bullets, and it would do okay for a whole magazine, but then it would hang up and start hanging up, even with 124 grain ammo or different weights and everything. So I just sent it back to Kel-tec, said, fix this thing, please. Yeah, and they did. They replaced, I think, the bolt, did all, well, I forgot what all they did do. I had a list of things that they fixed, the extractor, replaced, and everything. And I have had a malfunction or 2 since I got it back, but by and large, it seems pretty reliable. And today, we've not had any trouble at all. We've shot some before the video and then what you've seen. So, It's mainly a fun little plinker, but it would be a good little, you know, backpack gun or whatever, camp gun, whatever you want to call it. Let's put a regular mag. It'll take, again, it'll take a magazine, any Glock magazine, except I guess the Glock 26 magazines, because it will, these are Glock 19 mags, and they just are long enough. So we'll try one of those here in a little bit. Most of the one thing about these targets, the coffins and the tombstones, kind of morbid, right? Well, those kind of grow out of cowboy action shooting, by the way. A little aside here, I won't charge you any extra for this information, but if you've ever been to a cowboy action shooting match, they like to have fun. I did that for over 10 years. It's just fun, it really is. And so targets like that, of cards, like playing cards and all that sort of thing, they kind of take you back into the old West, you know, try to. And so like coffins and tombstones and, you know, cowboys, all that kind of stuff is part of the game. So some of your target makers, if you notice, if you go through some of the target makers online, you see targets like that. So it's kind of neat. It's not that we're trying to be morbid or we got vampires living on the place. Although it does sort of tie in with the zombie theme, doesn't it? All right. Good old 9. Hard to beat. Let's see. Should I shoot the stop sign or should I stop? Wasn't that funny? I haven't shot that thing in a while. We've had those for about 25 years. Got a couple more somewhere. Woo! Boy. One thing you notice, well, let me shoot the tree. Well, let's first get that ugly 2-liter off of it. Is you seem to get more punch out of this thing. Yeah, now we got a red tombstone. Okay, click. It's interesting at different distances and at different angles, shooting downward, that I was holding really where I thought you needed to hold, because you do need to hold that magazine in all the way. You do need to hold on the bottom of the target because it does shoot a little high, unless you're close. So let me hit that. There we go. You notice how it whips those around? Those of you who have been with us for a while and seen me shoot that tree, now from the left to right, they, well, I knew we had to have a hang up sooner or later here. Just wouldn't be right if we didn't. It whips them around better, but when you're going back to the left, very often with a 9mm coming out of a handgun, they won't get all the way around. I know you've seen that, right? But you can just feel the punch, the added velocity you get, you know, with that longer barrel. Pretty interesting. Speaking of that, let's see if we get enough velocity out to knock that Smart Aleck ram over. Boy, he is a Smart Aleck. I'm gonna go for his head, just for that. There you go. Got to hit him up on the horn or on the head. Oop, click. Nice little shooter, as you can see. I mean, these have been around. These are no big secret, right? Been around. And you know, like I said, occasionally you'll get a hang up, but by and large they do okay once you get them tweaked. You know, you may have had one. I'm sure we'll hear from some people in comments about what an idiot I am, as usual, right? No, we'll hear in comments. Well, yeah, you probably will. There's always a hater, but you'll hear about some people who have had nothing but trouble probably with one. Because you know, that's just happened sometime with one. And you'll hear from people who never have any trouble with them. I didn't have much trouble with my 40 caliber, I'll have to say. So I'm impressed and reminded of the punch you get out of this little 9. It's pretty interesting because you can feel it. I mean, it's not like it hurts, you know, but you can just feel it. The thing doesn't weigh anything, but it's got some punch. You feel like you're shooting a more powerful rifle, and especially the way it knocks those limbs around. So you do get some extra velocity. So let's shoot one more magazine. Most of these are Glock 17 mags. I like Glock 17 mags as my extra mags for almost anything, unless you're going to the 33 rounders. All right. We have some targets I've not engaged, don't we? Like a pot. Jumped up in the air. Oh man. Boom. Throws it out there. If I could time it right, I'd put the last round on the stop sign. Guess I did, didn't I? That means stop. Okay, so I will. Anyway, the Sub 2000 9mm. Anything that fires 9 is going to be pretty popular, and that was one of the attractions for me too, because 9 is just a great round. It's powerful enough. It's available. I think NATO even uses it, right? And because of the magazine availability, it just makes this thing really desirable. Of course, you are limited, of course, when you're hunting with it. You know, the 90-degree version, the 9mm. So, you know, make sure you hit that bird for that first shot. But 9 carries pretty well up into the sky, although I wouldn't recommend it. So anyway, enough foolishness. Glad you could come with us and enjoy the 9mm Sub 2000. I've had it folded up in the safe for months and months and months, and have been meaning to bring it out and shoot it and let you join us for the shoot. And I'm sorry I've been negligent. I really am. Please accept my apologies. But these are pretty cool little guns. The ones that work are great. Life is good.